Hey everybody, first of all, please excuse my voice if it's a bit hoarse or sticky. I've been ill for weeks and it really hurts to speak. Anyway, I get asked all the time, oh, now that you're a parent, now that you've got children, do you still get to do your makeup every day as you would normally do? It was the case that I would do my big fancy full makeup and hair like every day. If not every day, then just about every day. Do I still have the time and opportunity to do my full makeup every day? Well, the answer to that is a big resounding no. Even if I had time, there's nowhere to go here, so yeah. When one becomes a parent and one has a lot less free time for oneself, and suddenly one finds oneself in the company of normal people. You know, you have to go to daycares and children's birthday parties, and you don't want to scare the children, you don't want everyone staring at you. Times and places where it is not appropriate to do like full winged eyeliner and black lipstick and stuff. Anyway, so I've tried to find like a good, comfortable compromise. So not no makeup, but something that's very, very quick. I'm often in a hurry. I'm almost always late for everything. This is something I can do in the car. It takes like 2 or 3 minutes. Everything can fit into a wee makeup bag. This is a Black Moon Cosmetics one. Isn't it beautiful? Trying to find that sweet spot of looking like a bit ghostly. Normal, natural, can blend in with the muggles, but without losing my sense of self, without losing who I am and still being my spooky, creepy self. I like to go for what I call a freshly dead look. And I mean like just dead, like minutes dead. Not gross and corpse-like, just a little bit drained, colorless, cold. So I thought I'd show you my everyday, just dead makeup. A very small amount of makeup, but I find quite effective. So hopefully it will help someone out there who's trying to find a compromise between their spooky self and being a mum or a dad. Be around normal human beings. Right, let me wash my face and let's begin. So here's my face looking fresh washed and spotty and horrible. I never go outside without a sunscreen on all year round. So for a long time my no makeup look has been a tinted sunscreen. Being a ginger as I am, I have a relatively uncommon skin tone, so finding something that flatters my face is quite challenging. For a long time my favorite one was this one here. It looks so perfect, it's nice and natural, has a lovely matte finish, really well with my skin tone. But then one day for some reason the price doubled. It was like $20 and it became $40 everywhere. Like, did it get twice as good? I've been trying out substitutes. This one is kind of somewhat my favorite at the moment. Not perfect, but it is quite cheap. Pretty Skin Pink Tone Up Sunscreen. This one's also okay. It's less pink. It's a nice color, but it's a bit thin. Step 1, tinted sunscreen. Just a little bit of a very natural colour. Then a bit of concealer for any spots or red bits. Find this Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define in the shade Z0.5 is quite good for me. Also for some reason, I don't know if it's still around, they also do a lavender concealer. That's a really good concealer for some reason for my skin tone. I don't know. A wee bit of concealer, wherever it is noted. I've started putting a wee bit of concealer in the corners of my lips. Slightly rounds the mouth out a wee bit. Don't know if it really looks good, but that's what I'm doing. Next, just a tiny little bit of contouring. I got this, I think it's a Chinese makeup brand, Bia, because it promised to be like a grey liquid concealer. And the reviews were like, yeah, this is really grey. But it's not as grey as I wanted. It's so hard to find like cool grey tones. Why? Not all of us want to look warm and lively, okay? This unfortunately looks a bit muddy on my cheeks, but it is okay if I put it under my jaw. It's not so bad, so a wee bit there. Yeah. Especially at the moment, just because my poor face is so swollen. Tiny little doodad blended in with. It does create quite a natural sort of a shadow. Obviously not everybody needs this, but I definitely do right now. Just for the sake of demonstration, I will put some on my cheeks. Just a tiny bit. Just a little bit of definition. Yeah, it really looks so muddy. I think I'll just go back to what I was doing before, which is using a grey eyeshadow. Next, some powder, some setting powder. I'm obsessed with this one currently. This one's from Judy Doll, which is also, I think, a Chinese brand. It's in 2 sections. It's half pale blue and half pale lavender. And it is so fine. It creates this really nice finish. It's probably like the nicest powder I've ever used. Look at that. The point of this colour is that it neutralises yellowness, yellow tones, and it's extremely subtle but effective. It's basically about removing all the warm tones from my face that might be there. Next, a wee bit of eyeshadow. As you can see, I've used this one quite a lot. I don't think this even still exists, it's even still available. I stocked up on it when I was in the UK. Natural Collection eyeshadow in the shade Heather, and I love it because it's like the exact colour of my under eye circles. If anyone can suggest a substitute for this beautiful under eye shadow colour. Anyway, the point is, on me, it's very natural looking. Like I said, the colour of my under eye shadows already. Just dust a wee bit on, fill in the hollows of my eyes, not too much. Big fluffy brush so it goes on quickly and blends out. And a wee bit, into our gaunt and subtle contour. Next, I don't have any eyebrows. I shaved them off. Even when they grow back, they're so white blonde you can't see them anyway. But they're actually starting to grow back at the moment, and you can't tell. When I'm doing my makeup properly, I'll use liquid eyeliner, but for a more natural look, as a ginger with dyed black hair, I will use a grey kohl pencil. Blend with a fingertip. I'm not very good at natural eyebrows, which is probably super obvious. Like my white eyebrows, I also have white eyelashes. I felt like even putting on a wee bit of black mascara looked like too much somehow, and I was trying brown mascara, but it just didn't work. It dawned on me to try a burgundy mascara, and it's perfect. This Maybelline one is a new one, I think. I really like it. And I think for me, it's really that perfect halfway point between black and nothing. If a wee bit of it gets on my eyelids, that's okay. I was thinking I ought to have some kind of like very fine brown eyeliner or burgundy eyeliner or something, but I don't think that's really necessary actually. Not all the way around, I put less on the lower lashes. This is actually a tiny little adorable lip colour. It's from a brand called Capavini, and I think this is the colour Red Shadow. I don't know if it should really be going on one's eyes, but that's where I'm putting it because I think it looks great. I'll put a link to some of these more random things below. Take a tiny wee bit. Put on eyelids. Just a little bit for that like diseased, tired, along the edges there, just around the edges of my eyes. I've had people say like, what's wrong with your eyes, are you okay? So I guess desired effect achieved. I don't know where one would put eyeliner. Does this have a name? NYX Lip IV. I don't know what shade it is, but it's purple. And so just for that nice bloodless look, take a wee bit of this and like rub it in. So just for that like no oxygen look. If there's any left on my finger, I'll just dab it gently. Yeah. So yeah, that's that. That's how I do my everyday dead look. It takes a couple of minutes. Hopefully that helps someone out there find a good compromise between being a normal human being out there in the world, or a mum or a dad, without having to give up too much of your spooky creepiness. I'll chuck some links below to some of the more random products that I showed you if you want to have a wee look. I don't even know if this looks all that good, but it's just what I'm doing. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, please do so. We would love to have you here. And as always, take care of yourself, be nice to each other, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.